everybody, my name is Tyler and this is Twiggy and I am a teacher at the Early Childhood Center, and today I wanted to invite you to join me in a little bit of painting. So the type of paint that I have in front of me is watercolor paint. So I have my palette of paints, I have watercolor paper, but if you don't have watercolor paper at home, and mine's in a book like this, but if all you have is normal paper, then that will work just fine. And I have a paintbrush and I have a jar with some water in it. Ooh, and I have a paper towel right here too to help me clean up. So to do watercoloring, the first step is that you have to load up your brush with a lot of water. So to do that, I tell myself, swirl, swirl, swirl. And you see it filled up my brush with water so much that it even has some drips coming off of it. So to help with the dripping, I say tap, tap, tap. Then I take my wet brush and I choose what color I want. I think I'm gonna use this kind of reddish pink. And you have to mix the water with the dry paint to turn it into watercolor. So you swirl your brush around and check it out. Can you see how much paint there is on my brush right there? Then I know that I'm ready to move it to the paper. And I can make a big mark with my brush. Watercolor is great because you can move the color around even after it's already on the paper. Do you see how I can kind of push it around? But I think I'm ready to try a different color now. So my next step is to do kind of the same thing that I did before, but to clean my brush off. So I say it again. Swirl, 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 tap, tap, tap. And then I add a third step, and that step is wipe, wipe, wipe on my paper, or on my paper towel, I mean. But can you see that? There's still kind of a lot of red paint, so that tells me I need to swirl again. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Maybe I'll do it a little faster this time. Tap, tap, tap. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Much better, not quite as much pink. So then I make sure that my brush is wet and I choose my different color. I think I'm gonna use this light purple color this time. So make sure you load up your brush with paint and you can make another mark. And the good thing about watercolors is that you get to be in charge of your colors, and making sure that your brush is really, really clean in between colors helps you be the boss of your colors. You get to decide if you want your colors to mix, you decide if you want your colors to be bold or if you want them to be more sheer. Ooh, that's really fun too. Let me show you this. So sometimes I only want to use a little bit of paint, but a lot of water, and it makes the paint look a little different. So I load up my brush with a lot of water, and I take the tiniest little drop of paint, and then you can, ooh, can you see that? There's barely any color at all. It's super light, super sheer. So that's what a lot of water and a little color looks like. Do you want to see what a lot of color and a little water looks like? So for that one, you take just a tiny little bit of water and you load up your brush with color, like lots and lots and lots of color. Then you make a mark. Ooh, check that out. Check out how bold and bright that color is. And that's kind of it. So don't forget, when you clean off your brush, make sure that you remember to do swirl, 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 tap, 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 and wipe, wipe, wipe before you change your colors, and then you will be in charge of making beautiful watercolor paintings. So I think I'm gonna finish this painting up, and I can't wait to see what you create too. Thanks, bye.